Hello Sagittarius and welcome. I'm Jessie Ray and this is Chiron's Key Tarot. Thank you for joining me today for this reading. This is going to be a general reading for December 16th to the 31st. Going to be taking a look at the energies going on around you guys. If this reading doesn't resonate, you can always check out for your other placements. If you don't know what your big three is, I am happy to cast your chart for you. So you can email me. My website link is in the description box below. Also, my email address is in the description box below. So I'm happy to cast your chart for you for free so that you can find out what your rising and your moon sign is, as well as most people already know what their sun sign is. And let's see. Okay. All right. Okay, so right away we're getting down to, we've got some real clear decisions and a kind of a clear mind going into the end of September here. December. Because we've got two aces here. And with the Queen of Swords being the opening card to your reading, there's a sense that the Queen of Swords is going to really kind of help you to make these decisions. So the Queen of Swords just gets kind of down to business, right? She's going to cut out the stuff that's going to get in the way. She's not interested in emotions, really. I know that sounds kind of cold. I don't mean it to be, but she's not going to let things trip her up. She's going to be clear about what she wants, and she's just going to do that. You know, she's just going to take the necessary steps. So I've got to quit this job to get this job so I can do this. Okay, let's do it. It's just a very kind of, in a way, I guess, a pragmatic approach. Just this what needs to be done, so I'm going to do it. Because you've got, then popped out two aces. You've got the Ace of Wands and you've got the Ace of Swords. And this tells me that there's something else that's coming up for you. You've got a new desire, you've got a new passion, you've got a new something that's really kind of caught your attention. And I feel like you're kind of trying to figure out how you're going to make that work. You're like, okay, all of a sudden, I'm really interested in this thing. You know, it could be going back to school for something. It could be you want to start your own side business. You want to start your own hustle. You want to maybe take your business to the next level. Maybe you want to, pivot just a little bit in your field and kind of open up a new chapter in regards to something that you're already very familiar with. But there's just a sense of kind of like, hey, I have this new thing that is really coming in that's like really calling to me. And I feel like the Queen of Swords here is like, okay, that's good. Now let's be really clear about how we're going to make that happen. Let's like take a very clear approach of how we could make this happen. And so I feel like paired with this Ace of Wands and this Ace of Swords, I feel like this Queen of Swords energy is going to kind of give you some really clear ways of how you can make this happen, of how you can like give you some clear insight about how to make this thing possible, how you can pivot in a direction that would open up this door for you, how you could start to really bring this in and pair it with what you already got cooking, because the universe is at play here. I mean, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So for whatever reason, you were given this insight and inspiration and inner this like inner like awakening of like this new idea. It's like, hey, this like already goes with something that I'm super passionate about. So this Wheel of Fortune, it's like things like things started to turn and you didn't even know. And part of that wheel turning was giving you these two new ideas, these two new aces coming in. So now we have this thing that's been working in the background that I'm not even sure that you guys were even familiar with, or that was a possibility, or like I don't even think that you guys were necessarily looking for this opportunity. It's something that just kind of happened for you. And I feel like now the juggling begins, right? Because now there has to be some action around this, because wands, that's action. That's like, hey, I'm gonna go after this. And this is like, here, I'm going to give you some ideas of how to go after this. And then the wheel's like, yep, and I'm going to keep turning in your favor. So it's like, very like just clear, kind of like, you don't know why you were given this inspiration. You don't know why you were given this insight or this intuitive hit, or, however this happened for you, this new opportunity. But now all of a sudden it's like got this whole new kind of chapter that you want to go and investigate. And so I feel like things are going to kind of start cooking in that area of the kitchen, so to speak, because pretty soon I kind of see you guys juggling. You're going to be kind of juggling and weighing your options and kind of being like, well, how can I make this happen? And I can do this, or I could bring this in, or, there's going to be a sense of kind of really trying to figure out how you can make this happen. And with the Empress here, I mean, she's all about nurturing something and growing stuff and really, not settling for less. And so there's almost kind of this, you're going to be putting in that work. Like the Empress is going to be back there juggling, being like, okay, how can I make this, really come to fruition? How can I really put my mind to where this is, coming in for me, and really kind of bring these ideas out and really kind of get them out there, get them cooking, get them served to people. Like, where are these people that can accept my ideas and really kind of run with this, and everybody can get on board and be excited and collaborate. And the Empress is really like this nurturing, loving energy, and I really feel like whatever you guys are working on, it's really coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of nurturing. It's like going to be healing others, it's healing yourself. There's just this real beautiful energy with this. And the Page of Swords is somebody that wants to act quickly. They kind of want to go after that opportunity. They're going to go for it. So you've got two pages out here. So it's almost kind of like opens this childlike energy, as far as this like creative project, and like, how can I really kind of get creative about this? How can I kind of be playful with this energy and really take this approach? Like, when we're kids, we kind of think that anything is possible. So keep thinking that anything is possible. Keep playing with this energy. Keep seeing how you can, they keep showing me somebody making a recipe. So I don't know if this has something to do with also like cooking or something like that, but like really playing around in the kitchen and being like, well, if I take this idea and if I take this and mix it together, what do I get? How do I get my ideas out there? There's just a sense of kind of being playful and creative with this. And then, we have the Tower here, which a lot of people, if you pull the Tower card, that's kind of like, oh no, what's going to happen? What's this Tower moment of destabilization and things breaking down? But with this reading and all of these other, all these other cards being so positive, I almost feel like it's receiving good news, that like your inspiration, like your recipe just went viral on TikTok or whatever. Like I keep going back to the recipe for whatever reason. There's something about maybe getting like some shocking good news, like better news than you had expected to get around this new idea, this new passion, like, what do I want to do? It's this Tower moment can be destabilizing, and it can kind of talk about things falling away, and it can be a really uncomfortable energy to work with, but it can also kind of really talk about like that just shocking good news. Like it's it's like, oh wow, like all of a sudden I just got this offer that I totally wasn't expecting. Now I can be a full-time, chef at a restaurant because I was in the kitchen, messing around with stuff, just stuff like that. Like where you think your passion, desire, or something that's going to be some like a hobby or something, now all of a sudden becomes like your full-time career. And I really feel like your guides and your team are really leading you. I mean, you've got the Hierophant here, so of course this can be talking about mentors and priests and people coming in that can guide you and mentor you and help you to get to where you want to be. But it's almost kind of like you following your intuition, you following your own inner guidance, kind of brings that wisdom to you naturally. And it could be that you do have somebody else helping you. I'm not saying that that's not a possibility, but I'm also picking up on the energy that you guys are just really going to follow your intuition. That's going to just unlock some more higher wisdom for you guys and higher knowledge, and really kind of help you guys to kind of have this hard work pay off, because then it's like we go from the Two of Pentacles and kind of juggling and kind of being like, okay, I'm trying to like get this thing off the ground, to now all of a sudden it becomes this Eight of Pentacles where, you know, things are really kind of taking shape, and it's like really, you know, putting in the work, right? Like, you know, having it be maybe like a more full-time job, right? That you're like, okay, I'm working this now. Like, this is now my new thing. This is now, you know, my next jam. And we do have the Ten of Swords here. So this tells me that something with this Tower is like this Tower moment, like there's going to be an ending to something, like something is going to give way. So like if you are wanting to do a more creative pursuit, that like, you know, eventually this is going to be like you maybe like not having to do your day job, or you switching jobs, or something like that, like something like one thing going away so that this next thing can come in, you know, like one ending, but then it just leads right into like another beginning. And, you know, like really overcoming challenges, you know, really kind of overcoming like stuff that maybe not is like fulfilling to you now, and kind of like having this new thing really being something that brings you a lot of joy. Something that like, it's like you're passionate about what you're doing now, but this is just like the next level. Like instead of being like the lead chef at a restaurant, now you get to own the restaurant, and like like it's your baby. You know, like there's just this next level of being able to up your game, if that makes sense. And overcoming like any like potential disappointments, or any past disappointments that maybe you thought it couldn't work for you, but it can. So this is just like spirit kind of like reaffirming that like with this hard work and this new idea, this really could take off for you guys. And Mercury is going to be going retrograde in your guys' sign this month, so things might slow down a little bit, and don't take that as like a discouragement. They want me to like talk about that for a second. Just don't take it as like a discouragement. The number 7 talks about gateways, so you guys really, I almost just kind of feel like you really are on like the verge of kind of breaking through and going through a new doorway. So the wood nymph came out, Beauty. So here's your oracle card. Radiant, glorious beauty is growing within you. Let beauty be your North Star to guide you. What feels as well as what looks lovely will sustain and nourish you. Your ability to see inner depths around you is in direct correlation with a remarkable, sumptuous life. Create harmony and peace within your home, even doing so in small ways, such as a vase of flowers, a scented candle, a candlelit bath, and it can make all the difference. Relax and surround yourself with comfort and elegance. The more you acknowledge beauty in your environment, in yourself, and others, the more it will fill your life. You are truly and utterly gorgeous and lovable. As you cherish yourself, the luminescence around you will grow. The nymphs of ancient Greek folklore are beautiful supernatural beings of the forest. Their appearance here symbolizes that your own beauty, both inner and outer, is growing. There are many accounts of travelers walking through a forest and seeing wood nymphs bathing in the sunlight in a grotto, or next to a stream or pool, singing or dancing. Follow the example of the nymphs, relax, spend time in nature, and sing and dance with joy. It's a beautiful way to end this reading. So, hopefully something in this message resonated. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next weekend for the Lunation reading. Take care.